Good afternoon and welcome back to the stream. I hope everybody is doing well. Certainly am today. Little bit of a sore throat from yesterday. I think I might need to take it a little bit more calmly when talking to the stream. I have a habit of getting into a groove and then just yapping at 300 words a minute, and my voice simply isn't used to that, not yet. Hopefully in the future I'm going to get a little bit more practice in with more streams, and as time goes on I'll be able to stream more easily with less strain on my voice and for longer times. Because apparently having a sore throat after 3 or 4 hours of talking is not the norm, and that means I've been underutilizing my voice. Also apparently there's some kind of stuff about where your voice comes from, whether you're talking from your throat or your chest. I've tried looking it up and understanding it. I don't quite get it yet, to be honest. I try to talk and then it feels like it comes from my throat by default, but apparently that's not the case. You can control that. I'll need to learn that. I'll probably need to learn that anyway at some point, because I do want to do some voice training in the future. But for now, let's switch over to the game. we're going to be playing some more Book of Hours. What was my hotkey? This. That's the right hotkey. Oh, and the game is off center. I had to change a few things earlier. And I have to change my canvas resolution sometimes when I'm recording vertically, and that can mess things up. There we go, that should be correct now. And let us continue. What have we gotten to last time? We were, right, exploring rooms in Hush House, our magnificent castle over here turned library. We've got the various soul aspects, we've got our 2 skills, one upgraded, a bit of money, a bit of fancy money. Okay. And this card, of course. Visitors with an interest in mysteries will want to talk about this. Yeah. And we talked to the one guy, but he wasn't interested and is leaving again. Okay, so the goal at the moment is, first of all, to move where I am on screen. I specifically changed and cropped my avatar so that I can put it on top of here more easily. There we go. It will still cover some stuff up when I have to extend this, but that is simply unavoidable. With a game like this with so much going on the screen, unless I I don't know, maybe stick myself in the side here, but even then, this coming down, there's just nowhere good to put it. I'm working on picking a stream overlay so I can have like a bar along the bottom and the side, and then I'll put myself here, the chat there, and whatever other stuff down here, so I won't be covering any of the screen when I'm playing games. I used to not like those very much. I thought they kind of looked like they got in the way, but being a streamer myself now, much like starting soon screens, which I didn't get before either, I now see the purpose and the value of them. All that said, let's focus in on the game. And I believe what I need to be doing is trying to read and comprehend the books. Yeah. I think I got the first couple skills from reading my journal, and I should be able to get more by reading these. Ideally the ones with a lower mystery value. I think that's the difficulty value that you need to reach that. I've got the most cost is lantern. 1 edge, 1 heart, nectar, scale, rail, 2 heart. Yeah, none of these are applicable to the item I was looking at. I was in that sky as well. Oh, some stuff lights up when I mouse over that. As above, so below. Framed page of illustrated vellum. Up close, the colors dazzle and puzzle. And this has sky aspect, wall art. You could describe the whole house as a book, although it would be the index. So I think the objects and the memories, the stuff that we get from talking to people or from the weather, can all be used to try and help you pass the skill checks. This one's a 6, 8. Nope, that's desk. 8, 10, 6. Edge. You can try and go for them anyway, as I understand it, and you just get, you know, a lower chance of succeeding, but it's still possible, so we might just try this one. We knock, we don't have it. Let's just put the one we have a spare one in. Then a skill. This is Forge Sky. This is Forge and Lantern, none of which is applicable. Yeah, challenges, knock. A memory would be great if we had one. Memory might be necessary. Add aspects to match the book's mystery. You don't always need to fill every slot. Okay, so we don't have anything applicable to this book at all, so we can't even start trying to decide. Which means what we should do is try to unveil a few more of these and see what they're all about. Yeah, find out what these books are about, and that should help us get more skills. Clouds is moon and moth. Do we need that for anything? Got the garden here, that needs edge and nectar, rail and nectar, edge, heart, moon. Okay, there's 4 moon there. We've got moon. 1 moon there, 2 moon there. So if I can get a visitor with 2 moon at least, they should be able to decipher or to unveil that next room once I empower them with my skill and the weather bonus. So we put in here some effort and some money and seek unusual help. And hopefully they can help us uncover the next room. Which one was it? This one here. Grand Ascent, ground floor. Airs here are clear, but the air here is thick with old magics. I should move carefully and I should not go alone. Still no sign of any fire. Why then was the house abandoned? We will certainly find out. Alright, the person left. What's this then? This is a 4 scale challenge. We don't have any scale at all, I think, from any sort. Alright, next one up is metal, I guess. We've got to make sure we don't give anything wrist. That we need for the person we're hiring, hopefully. We'll have to see if someone suitable shows up in time for the day, because we need them to show up, hire them, talk to them twice, once with the soul aspect and once with the memory, and then send them through the house. So that might be a little tight on time, especially if we don't get someone suitable right on the first roll. We'll just have to see each morning what weather we have and what aspects it gives us. This is a 10... Oh, written in Latin and 10 winter. Okay, we're not likely to be translating that anytime soon. Put it back on the shelf. Grab the next one. What that is. I think... Yeah, go to next completed. I can also do that with backspace. Excellent. You are... Provides Grail, Moth, and... What's that one? Grail, Moth. The purple... Is purple knock? I need to figure out what the symbol for knock is. Purple symbol. No, none of these. I think purple is the symbol for knock. So this one might be able to help us with the books, but I can't put a book in here, can I? It can only be a skill, a memory. They are actually not any use at all. Okay. We will try and find another person tomorrow. For the time being, work an odd job, or is this one any better? Could offer help with correspondence and arithmetic. Yes. We'll do a little work and go through 2 more books with our remaining 2 soul aspects. And then tomorrow, when all the skills are refreshed, we'll see what we do there. Okay, this one is 4 heart. I might be able to work with that, so let's keep it in our inventory for now. We get 1 heart by default. No more at the moment. Okay. Oh, I should actually read some of what these are about. The Other Line, one of Samuel Savage's most thoughtful works, an allegorical play about the city Clarity, the city that is also a book and the sentences which inhabit it. That's interesting. This one here, the Barrowchild's Eulogies. How the Gaulish adept who won a place in the ranks of the Order Limie enumerates the great shadows laid to rest in tombs of power and discusses their various traditions. Stolen Histories. Agitator and pamphleteer Alexander Sparrow inveighs against the monstrous serpents, thieves of hate. And then we've just translated Sunrise Awakening, an uncharacteristically poignant meditation by the edgelong Trog, oh, that's Welsh, I'm not going to try, who later came to Hush House under a variety of other names, often in search of some sort of fight. And that is a 4 lantern. We've got 2 lantern from Pyroglyphic and 2 lantern from Post. So we should have a pretty good odds of translating this one. I don't know if it's guaranteed, even if you've got enough of the appropriate skills. And health doesn't work for that. Okay, well, let's bring these with us, so I remember it. And let's unpause and speed up. A little bit of money, and a little more money. And then we speed 6 through to the next day. How much does this actually expend? Stack these up. How much money do I have? I don't think I'm ever going to go through the work of learning the conversion system. I mean, 3 pence, 6 pence, sure, that's self-explanatory. Pence to a shilling, I don't know. Shillings to a half or even full crown, I do not know. I made a video recently about currencies in world building, and one of the things I mentioned is that readers are often not going to go through the work of figuring out how your conversion system works. Is this Cultist Sim? Hello Izzy. No, this is not Cultist Sim. This is Book of Hours, the other game by Weather Factory, the people who made Cultist Simulator. You play as the librarian of the long-abandoned Hush House library, where we're doing, I'm not quite sure what yet. At the moment we're trying to read magic books to unlock the mysteries of creation and upgrade our soul. Where all that leads remains to be seen, but probably some manner of ascension, considering who's made this game. But it's quite nice. It's got the same kind of vibe and charm to it that Cultist Simulator does. Okay. New day, so let's try and first read this book. Put some Fost in there. Put hieroglyphics. We don't seem to have gotten a memory for the day, or a weather pattern, so we'll leave that empty. That gives us, yeah, it gives us 4 total, so we should be pretty much guaranteed to pass this challenge. In the meantime, we need more helpers. I forget of which time already, of which type even. Oh no, we wanted Wrist, right? We wanted Moon, but we only wanted that because of the weather we had yesterday, so that's no longer relevant. Let's just grab someone of any skills, and we'll see what they're appropriate for. As I say it, Here's weather. Hail, edge-free, sky-free. That's pretty strong. Edge-free, sky-free. What can we... This one's Mystery Sky 6? But we don't have anything else for it. We do have some edge, don't we? We've got one edge from metal. What books have an edge requirement? This? No, that's moth. No, I swear there was one. This? Edge 6. And we would have 4. Not quite enough. Edge 10. That's not it. This is lantern. This is also lantern. Okay. I mean, we can try it. 4 out of 6, it should still give us pretty decent odds, I think. Either that, or we see if there's a good helper. I mean, the wall garden is only an edge 4 to unlock, but really I want to be going deeper into the house rather than down into the gardens. The heart. Edge 4, there we go. Into the ground floor. So we need someone with edge. Specifically from the workers. Alright, I'll speed up a bit. I'm doing it again. As I get more distracted and more enveloped in the game, I talk faster and faster. I'm going to ruin my voice. Let me just take a sip. Okay, how about you? You are Moon, Grail, and I think that's Knock? And this is a different purple icon from the other one, which means they are 2 different purple skills, so I gotta figure out which one is which and not mix them up. Okay, search for someone else. I can master this mystery, enough lantern to match mystery lantern, excellent. If light were not silent, it would be music. If music were visible, it would be... If it's the same as Cultus Sim, then the key is Knock. Okay, yes, it should be. What is the purple with like a circle and a dot in the middle, though? I've mostly got the icons memorized. I think scale is new from this game. I don't remember... Did it have the icons in here? It doesn't, does it? Oh no, it does. Yeah, heart, grail, moth. Like heart, grail, moth I remember. Knock, obviously. Lantern, yeah. Forge, edge. But then we also have scale, which I don't think was in Cultus Simulator. Or if it was, I'm forgetting it. And one other... I think Nectar wasn't a Cultus Simulator aspect. Winter was... Heart was... Winter, Moon, Heart, Edge. I think Scale, Nectar, and... eludes me. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Well, we'll see it when we see it, won't we? For now, how about you? You've got Forge, Sky, and Lantern. Scale sounds new. Yeah, I'm quite certain Scale is... Sky and Lantern... not really what we're interested in right now. How about this? Okay. Each day's light, Frog suggests, is faintly touched by the light of every past day. So in the light of every present day, we may begin to understand something of days to come. At least this appears to be his conclusion, but he stops in mid-sentence, apparently having lost patience with the act of writing, or possibly been ambushed. Okay, so we get the book back, and it's been read now. Can it be read again, is the question. Readable, thing, subject, station, codex, baronial period, tally price. I'm uncertain. We'll check in a moment. We get our FOST back, and we get our hieroglyphics back. Lesson, Auroral Contemplations. There we go. Gain more understanding of Auroral Contemplation. Use this card with Consider. And Memory Revelation. Day 2, Lantern Memory. Okay, grab all of those. And Whisper Red again. Looks like it. Another Lantern 4 challenge. Okay. I'll check if that's something we want to do in a minute. Now this. Use this lesson to acquire a new skill. Yes. And then we put the skill into the... what is it called? Tree of Wisdom. In the meantime, let's just do some work until the next day. But since this game doesn't have the same kind of failure conditions as Cultist Simulator, you don't have to be quite so on guard against doing everything quickly. There we go, Auroral Contemplations. To know what will pass is in what has passed. The practitioners of this discipline see endings and beginnings, passages and transitions, the same mode as dawn and sunset. Now, where do I want to stick this? Because it should go somewhere on here. Looks like the only open slot is here. None of the others will take it. Now, each of them are supposed to be possible to put into 2 different branches. So I assume Illumination was the other one. We have a Bright of Alchemy, Metallurgy, Pyrotechnics, and Aces and Brightest of the Arts, which initiates purifies himself all around them. This is all very light based. I assume it could have gone in Illumination if I hadn't put hieroglyphics in there. Anyway, let's assign that here. And we get a Fet. The part of us which walks in dreams. And that is a Moth and Rose. Ah, there we go. That was the other aspect. Rose, I'm also quite sure, is not an aspect in Cultist Simulator. So, Rose, Scale, and Nectar, I think, are all new to Book of Hours. Yeah. Okay, so we've put another skill in here, and our soul continues to become more accessible to us. Do I have what I would need to level this up? To upgrade a skill, you'll need memories of matching power aspects, including at least 1 lesson with matching power aspect. Lesson. I've got a memory, but not a lesson. And also, I don't think these match. Okay, no, this one does. That's Lantern. But no lessons. Okay, we'll come back to it. We need to read more books. Reading books is how you improve the soul as it happens. Okay, we'll put that in there. Let that run through. So I think with our remaining soul aspects, we will simply read a couple books and earn a bit of money. So let's put this in here. And then... Warming draughts to uplift the heart. A wonderful compendium of healing tisons and... a wonderful compendium of healing tisons compiled by Nathan of Regensburg. Take that. That is a heart... yeah, heart 8 challenge. A little high for us at the moment. So let's put it on a shelf down here. Bring in the next book. Right, that's the last one for today. And we should be able to start and finish another workload before the night completes and our skills are refreshed. And this one is Apollo and Marisus, the libretto of a lost opera concerning the contest between Apollo and Marisus and its tragic outcome. The librettist is identified only by their initials. And this is a hard 4 challenge, so let's keep that one on hand. It might be worth considering. Bit of money and the last bit of work. But don't you lose all those books? No, each morning your skills are refreshed and you lose your memories and the weather effect. So memory revelation with its 2 lantern and hail with its 3 edge and sky. Is it? Oh, like we're gonna lose them in the library because this place is huge and they're all stuffed into different shelves. Yes, absolutely. You can label the bookshelves to help you with the organization a bit, but looking at the size of this place, I think a little bit of genuine being a librarian is going to be part of this game. We're going to need to organize and catalog, otherwise we're going to lose track of what's where. There's the last bit of money. How much money we got now? A crown, 2 pence and 3 pence. Okay. I'm still unsure, I should switch these around. I'm still unsure if I can read this book a second time and receive more benefit from it. I would very much like to test that, so let's put these in here. Wait a moment, see what the weather looks like this morning. There we go, we have a gale, which is 3 heart, 3 sky. That is not applicable here. Okay, so challenge lantern 4. Let's... there's a loading screen tip that is... first of all, welcome, Rhabarber Slaps. There's even a loading screen tip that's essentially, yes, you will forget where you put your journal. Yes, this is part of the experience of being the librarian. Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, the journal I'm keeping on me for the time being, but eventually it is gonna get lost. I mean, look at all these little items and stuff around the house, and at least some of them are important. I know for a fact that the inks are valuable, and they're just little objects down in here that you can move around. I am going to lose this thing. I'm going to be looking for it at some point and it will simply be gone. Okay, let's try and maybe with this one hire some more people. I can't remember what coin I need to put in here. They do give you change if you put too much in, so we'll just go for it. Okay. I've already mastered this, but I could reread it and perhaps recall a memory. Ah! Reading the interaction window explains the interaction window. Memory revelation. Alright. So that's kind of neutral there. We've traded a Lantern 2, I guess, Sky 1 memory for a Lantern 2... Lantern 2 Sky 1 soul aspect for a Lantern 2 memory. But not super useful. Does it tell me in here that I've already read it? No. Does it tell me now? I've already mastered this, yes. Alright. Let's put... Let's put this down here. The warming draughts to uplift the heart book. And put this one on the shelf here. And we'll name the shelf Already Read for the time being. It's a small shelf, we'll probably need a bigger one later, but there we go, my first little bit of organization. I do wonder if there is a search for shelf option that we might access at some point. That seems like something that would prove quite valuable. In the meantime, Hearts 4 is not a skill check I can match yet. I'll also see if any of these are written in different languages, because I know they can be written in Latin or whatever such nonsense. Oh, heart free actually, hang on. We have the perfect memory for this. Do I want to read this one first or this one first? The other line, see that is also a book. Not sure if you can tell what they will give you. Subject, preliminal meter. 9 worlds, 9 horizons, with subtle rhythms of words which open ways. Thank you, that is very descriptive of what I can hope to get out of this. Surgeries and examinations. We'll go for this one for the time being. Okay, we've almost hired someone. Or rather, almost found someone that we could hire. Let's see what skills you have. You have Sky, Rose, and Nectar. We have a Sky aspect? Yeah, in Fost. Let's grab you, actually. We're gonna hire you. And unlock a room. Currency do I need to put in here? 2 pence, 3 pence. I think it's a 6 pence to hire someone. So 4 6 pence in a crown? I said a minute ago I'm not going to try and learn the conversion system, but maybe I do. The 2 pence, 3 pence, 6 pence, self-explanatory, they're just amounts. 12 pence... Oh, hang on. How much is a shilling then? Okay. We'll get there at some point. Oh, you've got straight up 4s in your skills, huh? What do we need here? Not those skills, unfortunately. Okay, this one. Right. This one. Yes, so the weed-choked garden is an option. The tangle of thorns is an option. Walled garden. I want to see more of the inside of a house, so can you lock this for me? Thank you. Okay. And then we're halfway through the day, so it's probably not worth looking to see if we can hire more people today. So for now, let's just earn more money. You can never have too much money. Even if we're not having the to simulate a time pressure of needing to provide for ourselves, it's much easier to just grab as much cash as we can now, and then not have to worry about it later. A shilling is 2 6 pence, a crown is 5 shillings. Okay. Decimalizing currency was absolutely the right idea. Anything else is insanity. This conversion is nonsense. I'm sure the people who used it at the time understood it perfectly, but I am not them, and I do not care for it. Lesson, preliminal meter. That is a knock and rose lesson. The confounding parable. The moth, the grail, and the egg unhatching all tell different stories of the world's beginning. One of those stories is the oldest, but it may not be the first. Abbess Nonna. Interesting. Egg-based universe creation myths are quite interesting as well. Maybe I should do a video on creation myths at some point. I do like the little lore tidbits and animation you get in Noita about the creation of the world and the egg hatching, alongside all the other nonsense you can do with like creating stars and all that stuff to recreate the world. So annoyingly, a half crown is 2 shillings and a 6 pence. A shilling is 2 6 pence, so 12 pence is a shilling, and a crown is 5 shillings, so there's 60 pence in a crown. a half crown is 2 shillings and a sixpence, which is 12, 24, 30. Yes, the maths checks out. Yeah, it's still ridiculous, but the maths checks out. Confounding parable. Here we go, this is the one I need to use. This one is a memory that will fade. The lesson is the one we can actually use this to get a skill. Do I want to do anything with this? 2 sky, 2 rose, 2 moon. That could be useful. We've received the preliminary meter. Grab that. Let's head in here. And none of the options are lighting up. Have we already filled both the slots this one could go in? What would this go in? 9 modes, 9 horizons, the subtle rhythms of words which open. 2 knock, 1 rose. So knock over in... well, knock is actually all over the place. From the other ones you can kind of get some information. Like the bells and razories skill, talking about the hammer's touch and stuff, that obviously makes sense for metallurgy. Or the pyroglyphics all about light and stuff, so you can guess that goes in illumination. 9 modes, 9 horizons, the subtle rhythms of words which open ways. Ushery, no. The nightliest of the night arts travel through the darkness and the hidden places. I feel like I could have gone in here, but that was the only place we could put this. I should read what these individual things are called as well, because they're not just named after the skills. The chime, birth and fire. Fire was the first understanding, but our named moth learned that even before the watchroom. And the sunset road. Each journey is a day, and we are tested as travelers and as pilgrims. Study things that should not be studied. Lore of the primeval word, rarely written, often felt. I feel like this, Bosk, would be an appropriate one, but apparently not. Okay, so we're not getting a soul fragment out of this skill, unfortunately. Maybe I need to do something else. Yeah, that's always a possibility in a game like this. Running theme of, well, think about it some more. Can we improve upon this? What was the requirements again? So you need an element of a soul with matching power aspects, knock and rose, which we don't have because I was hoping to get an element out of this skill. If there are 9 paths, maybe a slot opens when you filled everything else. It is too low level, so I'd need a level 2 to put it into one of these. And presumably it goes in here then. This is also open from the line here. I just realized that I didn't notice before that the second circle has opened up on these, but also on this. So have we bypassed? Would Hushery have been the tier 1 we could have put the liminal meter in, but we've bypassed it by putting something into here first? Oh, goodness. I'm curious what the level of replayability for this game is, and if there's different outcomes depending on what skills you put into which opening. I feel like this could have been programmed differently. We do not need the sound to play every time you mouse over one of these. Okay. Well, for now... For now, upgrading this is close to us until we get something appropriate for it. Either a knock or rose. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we can do with this? This one does require moon, but it's also almost nighttime, and they won't, the people you can hire won't do work at night. I think we let that fade. We can get one more round of work in before dawn, and that'll be it. Okay, we also still have this 4 Hearts book, but nothing to study it with at the moment. Okay, grab that back. And let's just fast forward through the night. I think the other books are all a little high level for us to try and read them. So we need to explore deeper into the house for the time being. We have a storm, which is Heart and Sky. Excellent. This one, because it doesn't matter, we just use what we have a duplicate of. Okay. Oh, and a guy unlocked this. I wasn't even paying attention. We've got a few chairs, another garden feature. I believe we've also got garden down here. Yeah. Evident knowledge. I haven't actually tried to figure out what we can do in the garden yet. The gardens of Hush House hold plants with many virtues. Those with the wisdom to recognize. Suitable skill. Nectar skill. Okay. We'll learn how to do gardening later. A key aspect of being a librarian, of course. It's keeping a proper garden. What's this? Ross Cragen Whiskey. The favourite title of Sir David Green, 8th librarian of House. This is a thing, a liquid, a beverage, a restorative. Help you recover from maladies if you get in bed with sufficient suitable power aspects. Intoxicating, cooking ingredient. Okay. The rose aspect. Right, more stuff. Above this room we have the infirmary. Requires Hearts 4, Rose 4 to unlock. And to the left we have Grand Ascent first floor. Which takes Forge, Heart, or Sky, or Winter. That's a lot of options. We should be able to get Forge pretty easily and reliably by hiring the Smith. That's actually not bad. Oh. Yes. Topic. Money. Need you to come help me with something real quick. Let's also try and hire another person. See if we can open more rooms. Alright, you, my friend. How high is your skill again? 2 by default. A metal, boost forge and edge, there we go. Starting to figure this game out just a tiny bit. Do I actually want to unlock this one first? Yeah, we want deeper into the house, so either up or left. So we will go that way. Cool, and you now have 4. Let's open this. Ardens, I can master this mystery. Alright, we've got the first bit of text. In the original myth, Marsyas lost the musical contest and was flayed by Apollo, who later regretted it. In this version, Marsyas' skin has a further history. That's grim. And we've got a person. You have Nock, Moon and Grail. You have Nock. Was there something Nock related that I needed? No. I mean, I need Nock skills, but I don't need a Nock assistant. We do have Moon here, but there's only one Moon on our tryst, so we can't, unless you've got high skill to begin with, we can't get anywhere with that. We'll find out. A florin. Oh god, there's a whole currency piece I forgot about. What is a florin equal to? Okay, there we go. 4 Grail, 4 Nock, 4 Moon. You're pretty good. 4 Moon gets us in here. We can't unlock another room because one is currently being unlocked. Because you're done, thank you. These now require 5 or 4 Grail. Smoking room. Requires 5. Okay, no, we'll go for this one. A florin is 2 shillings. This is some Electrum-ass currency, honestly. Memory storm and lesson. Surgeries and exsanguinations. Delightful. Put the red book, red books shelf. Talk to me about blood. What's in here? Sixth Baron Brancroak. Looks like there's some paintings missing. We have a plant, a defiant plant. A librarian. A niche with a plaque. Whereof we cannot speak, thereof we must remain silent. Second librarian, who was born of 3 nations and of none. New cages. Not to be crossed and not to be found. Who often purified but was not pure. I'm very curious how much of this lore has been kind of deeply fleshed out. Because of course, as far as writing and world building is concerned, it's a fantastic trick to just kind of hint at things, but not deeply explore what the actual answers are. But then you have to decide how much actual answers do you put behind those hints and explorations, you know? The same thing as like Dark Souls lore. Vati Vidya wouldn't be able to make as many videos as he does if there weren't at least some answers to be found. Alright, we've gained skill. Let's have a look at the Tree of Wisdom. 2 options, and one of them is this tier 1 now I'm certain about. So we can go towards Hushery, Aesthetics, Necromancy, Silent, or we can go towards Preservation, Healing, Restoration, Renewal. All the arts unregarded. Preservation is most commonly dismissed by adepts as unworthy of attention. Ah. Well, I'm not sure which direction I want to go in. Hushery Preservation. I mean, looking at the colours, it looks like this is winter, right? And this is Do we get more health or do we get an actual hard skill? I would like a hard skill if it exists. And if preservation is often disregarded, then perhaps there's more to be learned over here. Oh, core is the hard skill. Right. I keep just tossing core at the work spot to hire people. I didn't actually think about what it gives us. Okay. But that's useful. That is good to have. We are making progress. And to level this up, I would require an appropriate memory as well. This is a hard memory. Effort and a lesson. Okay, so at least one of the memories you're using must be a lesson from this skill or from another which shares a power aspect. Right. And this one is hard and knock. So we've got knock now, which means we can maybe use that to help upgrade this? We cannot apparently use this to help upgrade that. You can get hard in the same way as other soul. Hang on, one of the memories you're using must be a lesson, not a skill, a lesson. I got that mixed up. From this skill or from another which has a power aspect. Now, can I acquire another lesson from book? I completely forgot about that earlier, but when we reread Sunrise Awakenings, we did get a lesson, didn't we? So if I reread Apollo and Marsyas, that should get us a lesson for surgeries and examinations. Did we get... Yeah, preliminary meter is what gave us this. Okay, I need to put these back into my inventory. All three of them, right? Yeah. I need to get all three of these back, I need to read them, I need to get some lessons, and then I need to see if I can upgrade my skills a little further. Okay, bring me a new day so I've got as much time as possible. And I'll start with surgeries and examination. Yes. Okay. This one. Book. Use lost, spare. I've already mastered this, but I could reread it and perhaps recall a memory. Go for it. I want to see. Does this give me what I think? I've also got Gale, which is free heart and free sky. I'm trying to get deeper in here, which is Rose and Lantern, or Forge and Lantern. I'll focus on that tomorrow. That gave me Memory Storm. Not what I was looking for. Okay. Let's go again with a claw. And perhaps recall a memory. Just to see if it was a random chance thing or if I have misunderstood the path forwards. It might be that only the first time reading it gives you the lesson. Yeah, it doesn't look like we are getting lessons out of here, just memories. Okay. I'll leave that be for a second. And put the books back down here. We haven't acquired any new books in the new rooms we've opened up. You know, there's some interesting stuff and information about the house, but not books. We can glance in. See. The infirmary, as one might expect, doesn't seem to hold any books. The Grand Ascent second floor has got more empty portrait holders. This looks like books, but are they on the background and just part of the shelves, or are they actual books we can pick up? I mean, so far all of the shelves have been actual books. There's a little bit of paper in the middle here that we can't access. Some of these do look kind of thin. I'm unsure whether these are decorative shelves or not. And what is down here? Dimly lit chamber. When Lauren's old protections hang heavy in the air here. Clotting the air with shadows. I'll need counter influences to unwind them. Lantern 5. Was the other one Lantern 5 or Rose 5? Okay, Rose we don't have much in the way of. We've got 2 Rose from Fett, so if we get someone with 3 or 4 skill, it would be enough. Let's do some hiring and see who shows up. Chilling. Rail and hard. What are we least likely to need at the moment? I don't expect to be needing any winter or moth. There we go. Show me someone with the appropriate abilities. Take another sip. You have Forge, Sky, and Lantern. Okay. Lantern 5 would do it. You two work out right. Oh no, we don't have enough money! I should have paid a little more attention to that. Expense worth of odd jobs. Does the one that talks about teaching actually give you more money than the odd jobs skills? It's like one of them is teaching, one of them is fortune telling. Does this pay me more than 6 pence? No, it's all 6 pence. And it's going to be night before we can collect enough to pay this person. Okay, maybe I devote a day-night cycle or two to just getting as much money as possible. I do wonder whether later on there will be more effective money-making schemes. We do also have a fancy spirit money, this bronze spintra. Move it up so you can see it on stream. We've got fog today, which is knock free. Hang on. Look at my books. Knock free. Oh, we should put this one into my inventory. Scale 4 is not that high. If we find any scale source. Here we go, knock 4. You can still try, even without the appropriate level. Knock 3 gives us good odds. Perhaps. You provided knock, but not enough to match mystery knock. If you're lucky, you might still succeed. Is there any knock? Yes, there is. There we go. More progress. That is a little exciting. Stuff has popped up on the side. An invitation from TRN Limited. I've received a short catalogue neatly printed on paper of creamy smoothness from TRN Limited. And we already have one of those? No, we've got the order form for Cater and Hero. Compliment slip advises me that they have reserved a space for me in their client list. We also have current affairs. We'll either draw a new incident, find a suitable visitor for the current incident, or retire the current incident if there are no visitors left for it. Don't know which point we're at, so we'll find out. 2 pence, thank you. Do a little work. Order form TRN Limited. Selects clients carefully, one might say eccentrically. They rarely advertise, but in all their long history they have never lacked for custom. Used ink to order items of interest, a few lines on an order form will consume the ink. When your delivery arrives, it'll contain order form. Now the Caton Hero lets us buy a whole bunch of like food stuff. Oh! There's snow and ice, look at that. We've got full-on seasons. Yeah, it is looking a bit more frosty around. Does it affect anywhere else? Yeah. This is also looking cold. Okay. I wonder if that will affect any of the stuff we can do, if there will be like season-specific options and events. I've derailed myself. What was I doing? Right, ordering or seeing what's available. On the desk. Ink. Would a Naveen parchment, arsenic, desiccated witchworms, lost Jennings, African whiskey, more whiskey, wine, Armagnac, drinking cocoa. A lot of food, so the same as the other order form. There's a lot of food available here. I'm ever so curious why we would need that. We'll find out at some point, I'm sure. We'll finish first. Seems like they're all finishing at the same time. Oh. Who are you? Lieutenant Arthur Thomas Moore. Hero, pilgrim, traitor. He'll always be a soldier, but never again can he be only a soldier. Interesting. I get a bit more money. Let's stack back up. We've got a half crown. I think that's not nearly enough still. What are we doing at the moment here? Unlocking some knock, and then I wanted something. There's something else I wanted to look at. Oh, right, this book, which was scale, which we don't have. That's for later. Okay, so I can just throw skills in here and earn some more money right now. My ADHD is only barely holding its own against this game. The desire to get constantly, irrevocably sidetracked is incredible. This guy's here for like 5 minutes. What can I talk to you about? Lots of stuff. If there's an incident card active, you can discuss it or just leave a slot empty and offer a consultation. I would like to hear your thoughts about the affair of the unfettered eye. What was that? That was people disappearing, I think? No, people being gifted with sight and being struck blind. Right. There are prophecies of a second dawn, you know. Sun's rebirth. One of those prophecies is of the unfettered eye. Try a book with as much mystery lantern as their lantern interest. He has 3 lantern interest. Should definitely be able to provide that much in a book, right? This book has 4. How close do I have to be to grab it? There we go. I am inclined to believe that this might qualify as fulfillment of the prophecy. It almost hoped it was not librarian. When the world changes, it will change all at once. Okay, very curious to hear what you've got to say on that. Up next is we get some more money, and we get that. Get the money first. I don't get distracted by it. The wood lies outside the walls of Amansis. Any student of the histories knows Amansis has no walls. I think this was the original sentence that got me drawn in to Cultist Simulator in the first place. The vibe of this is immaculate. I mean, I knew about Cultist Simulator anyway, because I've been playing Fun in London for so long, and the lead writer owner of Weather Factory is from there. But I think this sentence was what got me interested in trying out the game. Alopoli describes how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls silver dreams. Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains, it's like thinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. We got memory impulse. It doesn't exactly make sense, but I understand it anyway. There's a 2 moth, 1 nectar memory. And we have lesson, edicts liminal. Gain more understanding Then we'll use the card with consider. We shall. Right, show me what we got. First, a conversation. A bronze spincher. Okay, thank you. We now have a silver spincher. That image is slightly suspect. Can't show that on Twitch, our good Christian streaming site. Luke has gone back over there. Is the dude still around? No, the dude's moved on. Okay. Another leaf on the Tree of Wisdoms. Excellent. The precepts of limitation and division, established by the enigmatic conclave of hours, sometimes called the Chancel. We have one slot open that can go in, and it is Scholacosophy. The study of things that should not be studied. Worms, earthquakes, abrasions in the world's skin, the most abhorred of the night art. I'm not going to think too hard about what other one this could go in and whether I should get it to the tier 2 and put it there instead. I'm kind of just curious about going through this and seeing it as it unveils itself. You know, whatever we come across first, that's what we put in here, and that's the... how do you put it? That's the playthrough we're picking this time. I didn't actually look before that there are little bits of writing. Did that pop up as a result of this, or is this from somewhere? Where's it from? Yeah. There's a prophecy of a glorious city that mortals could raise, but the hours of the Chancel have decreed that it will not exist. The decrees of the Chancel are not defied, but now and then they have been circumvented. And we might conceive that city with walls of shining scolecite could be raised nowhere in the darkness below dreams. This would be Scholacosophy. The path that can be seated in has... Right, so it does. Okay. And what do we get here? We get some error. Pride, compassion, hatred, and fear. Which is an edge and grail aspect. Okay. March ever onwards. At some point I'm going to need to like keep these extended just so I can keep track of all the things I've got. We've done a conversation, we've done this. We still don't have any scale for this. What's next? We need lesson to level these up. Not doing that at the moment. Memory impulse, it doesn't exactly make sense, but I understand. Anyway, that's a 2 moth, 1 nectar. But it's too late in the day to go higher some. So let's just make a bit more money. And then on the next day, let's open another room. I think we should be in position to do so. There's a bit of cash. I should time at some point how long... Okay, first of all, there's a seasons indicator down here, which is... secondly, I should time at some point how long if a day cycle is. That seems like something that might catch me off guard. It would be good to know exactly how many rounds of money making I can fit into one day. There we go. What's today's weather like? We have a gale, which is free heart and free sky. Okay. Now then, find me some people. You can get me deeper into the house. I need more books. Books that I can actually read. I might also need to go over the books I've already got and see whether I actually do have the skills to read them now. I do have some access to knock. some access to Forge. I don't think I have any Forge books. What have you got? You have Sky, Rose, and Nectar. Ruinous Hall, that needs heart. We can get some of these down here. I should unlock all parts of the house over time. Okay, you've got 4s across the board. And I have a florin, so I do have enough money to keep hiring more people. Let's get another. And in the meantime, 4 nectar, 4 rose, 4 sky. Where do I want to take? These need 5s. These need 5s. 5. Okay, so one of these. The wall garden or the tangle of thorns. I don't think either of these are particularly relevant to anything at the moment, so let's just start at the front of the house and unlock this for me. More lantern for winter. This should be relatively well. Got plenty of those aspects. Poet, winter, moth sky. Yeah. Come help me out. Your florin. Pause. You can open this straight up. Or can I get you a bit more winter? I do have some winter. We can get to the second floor. Can't go forward. This and some winter. Boost winter and lantern, yes. 30 seconds. We have enough time in the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No time at all. This one. Unlock. Good. This is getting to night. Let's work a little, recover some of this tons of money we've just spent. Okay, here's another floor. More librarians. Who died not but passed within. Who was denied victory though never defeated. Who brought a key long lost. Who served 2 masters as best he could. Who dwell still in the 3-flowered tree. But have which tree? And how do I get them out of my library? And here we have the abandoned bedroom. Okay, 5 moon. I think that's barely within our power. Moon here. We've got 1 moon, and the people seem to have about 4 kills usually, so this should be easy enough. A crooning whisper haunts this room. It must once have been luxurious and will be again once I have it restored. But I will need help to lay the restless presence that drifts. Shelves in this room, plenty of them. But again, are these background decoration shelves, or are these there's actual books in here shelves? Need to find out. Almost done. Go, grab that. Let's put this back down again and sort. 6 pence, 3 pence, 2 pence. We don't have enough money to hire more help, so let's spend a day cycle just cashing in. And take order. Okay, so far, how do I feel about this game yet? Quickly, what's this? An offer from Oriflammes. Oriflamme's established 1776, Sense, Sciences. The librarian, we would like to offer you this opportunity to purchase a book like Wainscot History, subtitled Stories from Behind the Walls, a miscellany of non-traditional history, including battles not generally acknowledged and countries which appear on no map, told in a playful, apparently fictional. And I would need... I've only got silver spinach, but that's enough? Yeah, absolutely, I'll buy books. I'll totally buy books. What I was saying is, so far, I am quite liking this game. I'm questioning the decision to go with the same kind of timed card aspect as they did in Cultist Simulator. I need to reset my more. Yeah, I'm questioning the time card aspect. I think if you wanted a time passing element to a game like this that doesn't have the you need to look after yourself or you'll die and lose the run kind of feeling, it would have been better to go with something like an action system. I don't think the timers particularly contribute. I've learned something useful, too early to tell. Memory Fear, which is 2 scale. Did Arab not have the same work option, or was that just a rare event? Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to discuss what I was talking about because I'm going to keep getting distracted by things happening. 2 scale out of 4. Not really enough. We can try anyway. There's no scale on anything else I have, so Rona Fost. Skills? Any scale on any of these? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's try anyway. Okay, yeah, the time system, I can see the value of the active timer and time passing. And if you've already got that, if you already have a system where you're trying to do a regular cycle and have events based on what time it is, then having made Cultist Simulator, it makes perfect sense to try and increase, not increase, to try and include that mechanic. I just don't know that it's particularly worked in this instance. Different soul aspects does different things at the end. Okay. Not all of them just do work. Get an iron spincher back and we get the book. The mystery and this have defeated me for now. You can try again later. Can I try again immediately? So we still have the memory, so... don't think anything's stopping me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll need to play some more and really see how it feels, but I don't know how well it's doing its job as what I believe is a resource limiting mechanic, right? Like, you've got your memories and stuff that fade at each daybreak. Got a soul. Failure might cause malady. Food increases certain aspects. Need to use a weather card. Well, none of my soul aspects have scale in them. Yeah, so like it's a resource limiting aspect, right? It takes time to make money, so you need to choose what you want to spend the money you've got on. It takes time to complete actions, so you've got to prioritize which actions you want to do each day, etc, etc. It does fulfill a purpose, but in a game with no failure state, where there's no real pressure on you otherwise, I don't know if that purpose helps the game, if it really contributes to the whole thing overall. I also don't know that it necessarily detracts, you know? I think it's a little distracting for me in particular, because each time something pops up, I will immediately get, what's it called? Not sidelined. Side-quested, distracted. There's some other word for distracted that I'm trying to think of here. But I will immediately get distracted and pulled aside for whatever just happened. But that's just me, okay? And I can't judge whether a game is good or not on whether it caters to my particular flavor of ADHD. I'll need to play more to make a final judgment. And I think the fact that I'm willing to play more anyway, and I am very excited and interested to unlock more of the house, would tend to lean itself towards the answer that actually, yeah, the game's design is good, everything else aside. Winter and Forge. Well, that's last chance to read this gone for the time being. We'll have to see if we can get into some scale later. This needs Lantern 6. Lantern. We've got Cost, obviously. We've got Whist that has Lantern. We've got Aurora Contemplations, and we have Pyroglyphics, so we're absolutely 100% reading that book tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we have a few high Lantern challenge books, don't we? Nope, that's Edge. That's Lantern. It's the more gold rather than yellow. That's Lantern. We have a lot of Lantern. This one, Moon. Sky. Let's put the 4 thingy book scale over here before knock. We'll come back to it. And this was something different, wasn't it? Right, this is some kind of phonograph record. Well, so I can't actually read that one. There is presumably phonograph something written in deep mandate. Readable thing phonograph record. I was hoping this would make it light up if it's somewhere in the house we've already accessed. But I don't think it is. Let's put it back for the time being. Okay, lots of high Lantern challenges. It is currently approaching dusk, so we'll just use the rest of our things to make some more money, and then tomorrow we'll use our FOST some books. There is a DLC for this game coming out soon-ish? I want to say a couple months, right? Yeah, I think it's coming out somewhere around the end of this year. So I probably want to try and finish the game before then, but I'm not sure if I'll go immediately back into it. Free edge. We get 1 edge from Arab, 1 edge from, and 1 from Old Contemplations. There are some edge books that we saw earlier. I know I said I was going to go Lantern. Yeah, the 6 and a 10. But since we happen to have the memory available, it is worth side questing. And yes, I am ever so easily distracted. It is in fact a character flaw. But what can you do? Okay, soul with the aspect of edge. Not mystery edge, the actual edge aspect. Metal and Arab. There we go. We'll take Arab. Skill, we will take... Okay, it has to be this one. And memory... Ah, 5. 1 short. Does being closer improve the odds, or is it just you're meeting it or you're not meeting? It's hard to say. We're gonna attempt it anyway. And since Consider is occupied at the moment, let's throw some other stuff that doesn't have Lantern into the workplace. Speaking of DLCs as well, I am continually looking forward to the upcoming Victoria DLC. I can only imagine I'm going to lose huge amounts of time into that. Comfort. Touch my legs and chain. Ah, you can use the stuff around the house. Okay, well... Does anything in the house light up with... Okay, these do light up when I mouse over them, so does anything light up with the edge aspect? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yes, this thing. And this. Oh, but that won't go in there. Doesn't match the slot's requirement, needs at least 1 comfort. Right. This a comfort? Edge, nectar, scale, thing, material, wood, fuel. No, this is comfort. Over here, no. This can't be the most effective way of searching the house for items. It's what I'm going to have to do until I find some. Ink, liquid, not a comfort. Okay, we have no edge aligned comforts, unfortunately. What else can I put in here? It doesn't look like anything. A mood has come upon you which increases certain aspects. The mysteries in this have defeated me for now. That. Put in. That. Fortune telling. I am actually reading what these do now before putting it in after the Arab one gave me weird stuff. Memory regret. Okay, next up, which one of these is the lowest? Wainscot Histories. Subtitled Stories from Behind the Walls, a miscellany of non-traditional histories. Right, this one. But the battles that didn't happen. So that's 2 out of 6. 4 out of 6. This one doesn't have any. Okay, not enough. We might be able to get more of it through the pop-up events. Let's try. I'm seriously considering asking my boss for a short vacation for Victoria DLC. Yeah. I mean, what else are you to do? The factory must grow. It is a requirement. I'm not going to ask anyone for extra time. I'm simply going to spend all day playing it on stream. Well, we'll see. We'll see whether I actually stream it. I did, for example, think that I would be doing a lot of streaming Minecraft, and then I came to realize that as much as I love Minecraft as a game, I absolutely cannot stream it. I simply can't. Minecraft is a game I want to play while I'm watching a YouTube video on the second monitor and just kind of chilling and enjoying myself. I can't sit down and yap for 3 hours the way I do in EU4 when I'm playing Minecraft. It just doesn't come naturally to me in that game. You could probably hit 6 if you use the right book to regenerate the relevant memory. That's true. I'll need to do that the other way around since I'm currently using this. Thing. You have lantern aspect? Oh, that increases the challenge. We can make things that much harder for ourselves by putting a book in there. Does one of the red books have aspects? That also increases the challenge. Ah. Candlestick has 1, 2. These candles all have 1. Picked off it. Mirror has 1. I need like a filter option to go search house for everything that meets this and this. These all have... Alright, I can serve people food and burn things. I haven't even looked at the stuff you can do with sleeping again. I believe you can preserve memories in here. Yeah. Show me lantern. That's lantern 1. 1. There might just not be anything with lantern 2. This fancy thing. This one, again, only 1. Ah, lantern 2 thing. Can I put Saint Melanch, visionary philosopher, alchemist, most revered and most heterodox of the Owl's abysses? An inscription in Latin reads, "The cross died not but passed within." Can you go in here? Yes. Alright, Lantern Revelations. Gore does not mention the Mantis directly, but constant coy metaphorical references to ascending the staircase of years, to the doors of sleep, to the blue light of dawn, suggest he had commerce with the unseen world. It was common in that time to speak of a division of the sun, by which contemporaries understood the interruption of barbarian forces and of their uncle gods. You get lesson of rural contemplations and memory contradiction, something uncomfortable. It's 2 edge, 1 move. 2 edge, we had I think the edge book was like 6 or something and it was too high. Don't think we can do anything with that one right now. It was this book we've just read. Oh, the shelf can only fit 3? Not a lot. Okay, some rearrangement somewhere. This one can go up there and we can put red. Some more books down there. At the moment it's still only 2 shelves, so I'm not actually relying on the tags, I'm relying on my memory. It will get difficult when there's enough of them, but I don't remember where they are, and then I have to scroll through the entire library and look at shelf by shelf to see what the tag reads and if there's books in there that I've already read. Use this card with consider. Now if I want to level this up, do I need to use the lesson with it? Upgrade a skill, you need an element of a soul, matching power aspects. And this is Lantern Edge, so must. Memory. There's always more to learn. Improve your skill to level 2. And the lesson is the key aspect of this. To upgrade a skill, at least one of them using must be a lesson from the skill or from another which shares a power aspect. Yes. Do it. Let us take our knowledge of the supernatural to greater heights. Oral contemplations 2. Nice. Now I do believe I can't slot this straight into here, can I? I don't actually know what I need to do to get to the second tier of cards. Whether there'll be other skills that I need to get to level 2 and then I can ascribe them to a position, or if these have to be modified further in some way before they'll go into the next thing. Every skill could belong to one of 2 wisdoms, yeah. By which by assigning it here will grow your understanding of the wisdom or reward you with an element of the soul card. Skill level 2, Nyctodromy, and not committed. This is committed because I've put it into level 1. So, is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are surely not 81 separate skills to fit into each and every one of these indents. That seems excessive, and I don't think 81 are going to fit in here. Hang on, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite big enough, but if you could scroll a bit, you could put 81 skills in here. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Okay, let's get to the next day and see if we can hit one of these Challenge 8 books. It's dawn. Let's read one of the small ones, yes, and then get an associated memory. That should help us. We don't need a relevant soul bit, do we? It just can be any. Yeah, perhaps recall a memory. Ideally a memory with lantern on it. That will help us to read the other book. We've got fog, which is knock and moon. That's kind of the opposite of what we need. Okay, this gave us memory revelation, which is 2 lantern. Yes. We put this in here. We put lost. Put this 3 lantern, that's 2. We put auroral contemplation. 7 out of 8. But if we can put another thing in here, then we only need to make up the 1. Did that consume this item? Is this gone? No, this is still here. Okay, so they're reusable. That's excellent. I can put another soul aspect in here. There we go. Now we have enough. Problem solved. The offshoot favored by Wasne, the true sisterhood, followed Saint Rapicius in pursuing ascension in the name of the door in the eye, the merciless hour of light. Saint Rapicius failed, perhaps because the larger sisterhood tracked him down and ritually strangled him, but Wasne outlined steps for those who hope to succeed. I love reading this stuff. It's basically complete nonsense, but it sounds so cohesive. You read this and you're like, yeah, they have absolutely written out the full eldritch history of this entire world. I'd believe it. Seek and dreams seek the mansis. The third mark can be achieved only when one passes the stag door. One must pass the wood, or one must rise to the white door. The stag door awaits the light bearer in the sight of Gerby. And we get 2 lessons, Auroral Contemplations here. Okay, so effort lesson, memory. one of you has lantern, right? Yeah. Upgrade a skill, you'll need memories of matching power aspects, including at least one lesson with matching power aspects. So I should be able to use an auroral contemplation also to upgrade hieroglyphics, in theory. We'll need to fill every slot with memories which match a power aspect, including at least one lesson, potentially two. I don't know if I'm wasting one of these, if I should try and get a memory and then use the other one on hieroglyphics. Hang on, if I empty this out real quick, put hieroglyphics in. Some effort. Memory. I mean, this one's also level 2, which means I need a bunch more anyway. But this would fulfill the conditions. Hieroglyphics gives Forge 3, Lantern 2. And Astral Contemplations gives Edge 2, Lantern 3. You could do that, but you should try to get a memory. Lessons are persistent. Ah, okay, well that changes the entire... what's the word? The entire equation. If the lessons are persistent, then I don't have to worry so much. We're about to reach night, so it's fine. We still have time until dawn and the memory's going away. But that took the memory. We can only have one of each type, which means I need a different aspected memory. Presumably a Forge or Edge memory, which means I need probably a Forge or Edge book that I can read to generate such memory. Ah, and it all becomes complicated again. There's some way I can see on the book itself whether I've read it before. There's not really a distinction here, is there? This to this. Sorted by Fraser Strathcon. I'm seeing my outside. This. Alright, how do I approach? I guess I just have to leave this for a minute and get a book that can get me an appropriate memory of a different type. Books you've read has a mastery tag which looks almost the same as the mystery one. Ah. Mystery, mastery. They're identical. That's not great. Mastery Lantern, Mystery Lantern. This. Hang on. This one's mystery. This one's mystery. This one's mastery. I think I've gotten my books mixed up here. Mystery Lantern. This book is unread, and I've put it down here and put a red tag on it. I could have sworn I read this book, though. Oh, ones with mastery have mastery and mystery. Ah yes, there it is, exactly next to it. Okay, I think that's slightly on me. Mystery, mastery. Okay, so the ones I've read will have the actual thing, the corresponding aspect. The ones I haven't don't have it on there. So this one unread, this one read. Yes, Mastery Lantern. So that can go down here. Red, red, All these read. All these unread. Okay, we're back on track. So now what I need is I need a book with Forge or Edge that I can read and then use to generate a memory so that I can have both a lantern and X other thing memory for these two so I can upgrade them with the lessons. Which really means what I want to be doing is reading Exorcism for Girls, and that will provide me with the knowledge I need. Do I have much Edge going around at the moment? We have 2 from this. We have 1 from Arab, 1 from Metal. And Memory. The lesson does have Edge in it. Is it consumed if I put it in here? I do not know. I'd rather not risk it. We can just try it anyway. 3 out of 6. Maybe we get lucky and we can put an object in there. In the meantime, it's almost dawn again, but whatever. Let's just throw some stuff in here and keep making money. Okay. What we got? Opportunities. Things. Relevant painting or other wall art. This mood increases now. Okay, a thing that is edge aligned. And there aren't any of those. We just spent a minute looking for one earlier, so no luck on that front. Fortune telling. We do have metal, which has a little bit of edge. Can I put that in here? For now, this has defeated me. Memory Hindsight, which has some scale and winter. Bit of scale. The only scale I need is for that one book, right? I've got, I think, a room down here somewhere that needs a bit of scale. Yeah, this room needs 5 scale. And I've got a book here? Was it? No. Put it over here next to the one. Yeah, scale 4. This is my only scale source, isn't it? Some objects have scale as well. We're taking some long shots anyway. You might as well go for it. Scale. Still, none of these skills have scale in them. Let's try. Let's try. We don't get punished for failure, so... A 2 pence. I think that's less than we usually get. Right, you keep going here. I do wonder how things will look as we continue to go through here. Do we continue to just put in higher level skills and memories and stuff and people, or will there be more systems? Presumably there will be more, simply for the fact that we haven't touched the orders or the fireplace or the gardens yet. So there must be some other systems that I haven't interacted with. Yearly stipend. The yearly stipend from St. Ronman's has arrived, along with that usual rather sniffy reminder that I should spend it wisely. We get an iron spincher and a £1 note. A noble paper in soothing green. Britannia lounges on her throne, flaming hammer propped insouciantly across her knee. That's a lot of money. Lots and lots of money. Okay. Continue. There's still a chance. A soul, but we don't have anything. scale on it. There's still a chance. Memory. Neither of these memories have scale, do they? We've got sky and winter over here. Not relevant. Thing. Any scale objects. This has 2, we need 3. I doubt there's going to be a free scale object laying around. You've got 1. Oh, there we go. The Lignum Vitae Blank, the Harless of All Woods, has free scale. Sparrow acknowledges 5 histories, insists the 3rd history may be overrun by coils, warns the 5th history is already lost. Sparrow, with his usual paranoia, appears to be conflating the horror of the Worm Wars and the Great Riving with the activities of the Great Hooded Princess. Still, he draws thought-provoking comparisons between the princess, normally conceived as exotic Knocklong, and the widely feared worms. I couldn't begin to decipher this. I mean, it all makes sense in theory, in principle, the words fit together properly, but to guess at what this relates to, we're not deep enough in yet. Do you want me to answer that? No, not at the moment. At the very beginning of the game, I got a bit stuck figuring out how to get into the house to begin with, but right now I think we're making decent progress. I think we can just keep exploring and see where we end up. D.I. Douglas Moore, Detective Illuminate of the Suppression Bureau. A stoic but weary fellow, his dearest wish is to move to Chingford, Roses, but the buggers won't let him retire. That's a good trope. Let's chat with him about this mess. The boss is worried about this Messana site business spreading. I didn't see it. That's not a joke. I don't make a lot of jokes. If I do, I'll let you know. Lantern free book. This one in the middle, right? Okay, well that's 4, but works either way. Well look, I can't pretend I know what's happening over there, but I'll tell the boss you helped shed some light on the situation. That's a joke. Bad as my word, me. I like this guy. Okay, we have a memory of fear, which is edge and 2 scale. And we have lesson, coil and chasm. Use of this lesson to acquire a new skill. Memory fear, me remembering going to a party. Not a lot of good parties around then? I've not been to many parties at all. Like 3 or so ever. Can we put Coil and Chasm on here? First, let's read it. Worms, 7 coils, dangerous places, how earthquakes are bound and why they are. This feels like it's a skill that should have gone in Scholarcosophy, but it hasn't. And, right, what's the other place it fits? Nyctodromy, which we've already put something in as well. Okay, still not sure how this will function. It might just be that we have to fill the first circle first. It might be that there's some other modification to be made. We'll find out. Nah, I just have anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. That's always an unfortunate one. But to be honest, I think parties are also just overrated. Yeah, the closest party equivalents that I've gone to willingly have been hanging out with people at like a friend's house at uni, and those were basically parties. Like there was like 10 of us getting drunk, playing drinking games, whatever. That's pretty much a party, but it's a party with people that I like, in an environment that I like, without other people that I don't like around. So really, all the good of a party, none of the bad. You can't assign a rule contemplation since you've already assigned it to Tier 1 nature drumming, right? It has the committed aspect. I need to get one of these two. Let's sort them a little. I need to get preliminary meter or coil and chasm to the second level, I assume, and then I'll be able to put one here. But if committed removes it entirely from being able to be assigned, then that implies that there are in fact 81 skills to fill every single one of these tiles if you can't reuse a skill once it's been committed. I need a whole different skill for the second tier, and then I assume for the third, fourth, up to 9th. Now that I have this, I've got Nectar and Scale available. Nectar can be useful here. Scale for the Ruinous Fall. We do need Scale 5, which is a lot. As far as upgrading this goes, I need a lesson. I don't think I have any more Scale books, though. Frankly, I don't have many books left, full stop. Still got this Lantern 8 book over here. We have now 3, 4, 5 Lantern in that. 6, 7 if I can put another soul aspect in. 8 if I can then put a object. 9 even. Worth giving a shot. Memory. One of these. Let's generate a memory first. Where did this book in the middle go? Oh, right. This guy has it. Let's see what he has to say. Like that, we get a little bit more money. Ghost money. Not ghost money, but spirit money. Intra. Now I have the book back, so let's consider the book, get a memory, and then see about reading the next book. Despite what I said earlier about wanting to try and talk more slowly and deliberately to preserve my voice a little, I am once again feeling like I've got a sore throat because I'm yapping at far too high of a rate. Okay, 7 out of 8. We must be able to put something in. And whatever it is, it will be enough to complete the challenge. So that's another book read. Dusk has fallen. We can put soul in here. Excellent. That solves the problem directly. This is much more sober in tone than Gore's previous wainscotist. Evidently he became religious in his later years. There's a webcomic I read whose author suddenly took a hard turn into like conservative Christianity and made a new comic, and at this on her new website like linked back to the old comic with a disclaimer for new people coming in saying, I wrote this before I found God and it shows. And I don't quite know what she meant with that. Her new comic was about the dangers of believing things strangers tell you, which is always a worrying stance to take. I know that you should, you know, verify, trust but verify, but don't believe people who try to tell you other opinions is maybe not a good stance to resort to. Each fable describes the coming of a second dawn, when the hours of the sun will be united, but in eternity denied. The vampire light and the feast of rays, Gore depicts a tainted dawn which can only be purified by a second division of the sun. He insists repeatedly on the dangers and temptations of a false dawn. I really want to write my own kind of I guess, Eldritch universe. That's definitely on my world building shortlist, is to do something related to that. Because I love the tone of it. I love the ability to kind of drop things in there and then not elaborate and have it be better for it. And just the tone, as I said, the way it's written about. This passage just now, the way it is in Cultist Simulator, the way things are described in what little I've listened to of the Magnus archives, also absolutely excellent. There's a web serial I read called Catalepsis that is all about someone finding out that magic is real and getting pulled into that, and it's all super, super cool, the descriptions of stuff. So out of that just now we got lesson Watchman's Paradoxes. Get an understanding of Watchman's Paradoxes. Use this kind of consider, we shall. Let's get the next new skill. I do see now that there is a persistent tag and that the lessons have it. I could have figured out myself that these will stick around. The amber preserves and is preserved by light. That to hatch is not to die. That the sun. There is a place behind the world called the Manses. Deeds that would be impossible in the world are inevitable here. The watchman, who knows all the ways of the Manses, also knows how to make these deeds possible in the waking world, and this is a lantern to Sky 1. We don't have a Sky skill yet, do we? No, there is Sky in Boss. Oh, we don't have a Sky primary soul element. Bells and Brazeries does have Sky as well. Okay, let's have a look. This can fit into Illumination or Nyctodromy, so they're both taken already. Yes, yeah, Illumination. Hieroglyphics. But we also have an associated lesson, so can we directly level this up? What does this give us? Moon and Moth. No. But we get sky-related weather effects fairly often, don't we? I'm pretty sure the fog is sky aspected, and something else is as well. In the meantime, since we'll need to wait for the next dawn, we do have a bunch more money now, so let's have a look at what people we can hire, and if we can open up some more rooms. Because we are, after all, running out of books to read. Alright, who have we got? Oh, I should also check what skills these two provide. I remember he's Forge, I don't remember what they are. I've also just sat up properly and realized how stiff I've gotten, so if you're here and you've been watching for a while, take a moment to stretch. Much better. Get some actual blood flow. Oh. Passing by a poet. You have Winter, Moth, and Sky. Winter, Moth, Sky. Winter would work here. I really want to go left. Rail and Lantern. Lantern and Rose. No, okay, no going left then. Down, no, up. We can go up, Winter. Let's hire him. Okay, and you have balls across the board, yes. Winter. What do I need to give you for this? Boosts Winter and Lantern, excellent. Down here, was it? No. Not down, up. You unlock that. And in the meantime, let's get one more person as well. Another crown in there. This book we have here was a Edge 6 challenge. Oh! Geez, Edge, I didn't even notice that this down here was a clickable thing. I know this, you can go beachcombing, and you can go on a walk on the moor. But I hadn't noticed this. Discard objects here, release beasts, or go for a swim. Sure. Just swimming a bit. Afterwards. Thing. I don't know what I might want to put in here. Maybe some food or something? Some tea to warm up afterwards? Not sure. Is it too late in the day for me to still do this? I really need an accurate timer up here. Is that somewhere in the settings? Can I turn it on somewhere? Pause speed. Items, next complete recipe. Open slot, start recipe, refill. And then no. Autosave interval. Seasonal content. Earlier card on top and thing. Good snap and trace. No. I need to know exactly how much time I have left. Before I spend money on hiring this guy. I think I'm just going to play it safe and assume that I'm the librarian of Hush-House. I will question the villages of Bangkok and I will add whatever tell me to my store of knowledge. That seems to be the one soul card so far that doesn't earn money. A brisk swim, and I've received Memory Salt, which has Knock, Moon, and Winter. Interesting. Not immediately useful, but interesting. What do we have adjacent to? We've got Shadowed Atrium. This long been a holy place, but in the absence of prayers, other influences have crept in. Okay. Anything of note in there? The Spoiled Laboratory. This was an alchemist's workshop and a picture gallery, but the pictures have been flung down, the vessels overturned, the solvents and reagents spilt. It will be time-consuming and dangerous to repair. Okay, I'm very interested in that. And one of the aspects is Forge, which we should be able to get pretty reliably. Grab that. And let's let the day take over. Some more. Hey, there we go, daybreak. Okay, let's first hire the guy. And at the same time start looking for other hired help. I assume, I hope, I think with a £1 note I've got enough money. There is a sky aspect that we need for this. There we go, on Frost, which is difficult to see for a moment. Sky, right, I need this lesson, and this memory, there we go. Use that. We've got here another book. Level 4 of Moon. Spincher. Oh, is that the wrong thing? I need to put... right. What is it you want to speak me? Metal I want to preserve. Was it just core? Will this make you come along? I forgot to put money in there, that's why. Okay. Gotta keep track of everything. 10-shilling note. This is a cursed currency system. This is unholy to the extreme. So he's at 2. I can get him to 4 with this. I need 6. Can I use this in here? No. Ah, unfortunate. I don't think I have... I have items. Can I talk with you about items? No. I don't have any books that can generate an associated memory for Forge. In fact, I'm not sure I have any Forge books at all, read or unread. Yeah. Okay, well, is there anything else? You have Forge and Edge. What can you help me with now that I've already paid for you? That's Grail. Nope. Nope. Forge 5, I can still only get you to 4 with the 1 metal. You don't have Forge secondary in anything? No, it's only in metal. And Rose. Forge 6, that's what I wanted to unlock. Edge 5. I have an extra 2 here, which still only brings you up to 4. No, it looks like I just wasted that money. That's entirely on me. What about this? Take a long walk along the ocean side if I know what to look for. Find something in the ocean. Find something the ocean has forsaken. Knowledge skill. That doesn't help me with a person. A walk on the moor. No. Alright. Money poorly spent. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Watchman's Paradoxes 2. Excellent. And this I can now put into one of these slots. Okay. So we have Illumination and we have Nyctodromy. Something that I just need was faster nor safer, that's why we do it. Knowledge of ways and byways often trans. What do I feel fits this better? That would be impossible in a world and yeah, Watchman. I feel like a lantern. Obviously, lantern is like the light aspect. So you would lean towards putting it here. But I feel like an actual lantern, the object, is a thing for traversing in the dark. So I'm going to assign that to Nyctodromy. We recognize the dream places that the Watchman shows us, though we have never seen them before. Perhaps we were something else when we saw them. Paradox is fundamental to Nyctodromy. Sign. We get another Fet, which is Moth Rose 2. Hey, it looks like there is just another thing. So there's genuinely 81 of these? Like, really, really, really? Really, really? That's mad. That is mental. Lore blurb, you get a different thing in the different slots. I suggest checking both since reading them is fun. Ah, I should have looked before I assigned it here. Or can I just look here? No. Okay. Something to remember for the future. Look at all options. See what I have to say. Okay. Who have we got? What did you say earlier, Izzy, about... a pound is 10 florins. I swear I just had 2 10 shilling notes? Or did I misread it? Was there 2 10 florin notes that... No, but the two 10 shilling notes combined into 1 pound note. Because a florin is 2 shillings, so 10 shillings is 5 florins, and 10 florins is a pound, as he said, which means 2 10 shilling notes is 1 pound note. A cursed, wretched beast of a currency system. It gets worse the longer I look at it. Anyway, you, Grail, Moth, Rose. Yeah, let's, that's the wrong thing. This one. Work for me. Pause as expected. You could open this up without any modification. I do have fed for the rose aspect, so we can get deeper into the house. I should check quickly whether I want you to go anywhere else instead. There is this, the abandoned bedroom, that would also work. The gloomy room. The infirmary. There might be some edge-aligned items in the infirmary if there's like a knife or something. I think that's worth pursuing. And let's go over and hire a house while we're at it. Alright, show me what's in. I'm ever so curious. The Witch and Sister. Witch and Sister unites what is at rest. She is sought at the water's edge and beneath the moon. She cannot be separated. She cannot be touched. Coral and a refuge for all the world might consider impure. Okay. Interesting. I don't recognize these names. I couldn't tell you the full list of all the hours off the top of my head, but I don't think these were among their number. We have another fireplace. A creepy doll. Stuff. Plants, the hospital, oh, guest bed, infirmary. Use a matching soul card to move your belongings in and make this your bed. No. A matching visitor card to encourage them to stay a little longer. That's a little grim, don't you think? Ruby-wise ruin. Ruddy liquor. Basket of towels. Okay, but nothing edge-aligned in here. Or is there? Serpent milk. It does look almost like milk and it is drinkable, but don't give it to cats or babies. 3 scale and 6 edge. 2 knock. Ow. There's a dangerous looking little jug there. Okay. 6 edge. If we get the option to add an item, that will single-handedly solve the issue of this book. We have edge in any of our skills? Yes, we do. Right, yeah, we were close to this check, honestly. We even have 1 edge in here, memory, but I don't recall if this consumes the memory it uses or not, and I don't want to risk it. The blacksmith is still here. We still can't do anything with that. Sorting engineer has forge, sky, and lantern. We have just committed our metal, which means we don't have anything to bring 4 forge up to 6 as we could otherwise. And sky and lantern, and we have so much lantern all over. We have a little bit of sky, we can bring it up to 5, or lantern 6. Sky 5, lantern 6. This is also very irritating. I wish it would not pop up over where we clicked, it would just pop up in the middle of the screen. Lantern 4 would already be enough for here. Sky 5, lantern 6. We could go for the shadowed atrium. Okay, I mean we'll hire her and unlock like this room just to round some things out. Every little bit of a house we have access to is good. Never know when we might need something. Alright. Put these back up. We've acquired the book. The 12 letters on consequence. I also want to mention real quick that I really greatly appreciate that all of the books have a cover that actually matches to what the title of the book is. I think that's great attention to detail. Julian Cosley's epistolary treatise on what may come after, addressed to his once friend Claude Hassalt, the mystic and antiquarian. And this is a moon book. Do I have moon? I've got a little bit of moon and tryst, but really only a little bit. Okay, well, we can try anyway. For now we need to try and scrounge up 3 more edge somewhere. We can put a soul aspect in here. And Arab has some edge, so that brings us up to 4. We're closer. And an object, but... Alright, yes, that's exactly why we did this in the first place. Go in here. What are the requirements? It needs to be a comfort, and this is not a comfort. Damn, okay. So we're down to chance. Let's see if luck is on our side. We can put a thing? Are you a thing, Serpent Will? Cooking ingredient. Beverage, liquid, thing. First I have to pick something up. There we go, challenge passed. Lake seems uncertain at points whether the techniques are intended for use by or on girls. He clearly regards children as a nuisance. Wait, what book was this? Exorcism for Girls. Simple but forceful techniques for rousting unbefitting spirits, written in straightforward and colourful language. Yeah. Versus advice on shapeless wood things known as raw profits is typically practical. 1. Discourage them with buckets of water as close as possible to freezing, and with the smoke of dried lemongrass. 2. Under no circumstances kiss them or receive kisses from them. What? What's even the point? 3. An effective formula is provided for laundering clothes stained with profit slime. I have questions about point 3 in conjunction with point 2. And we get a lesson, sickle and eclipse. Edge and moon. And we get a memory of fear, which has a bit of scale. Okay. This has now... Oh, this has now been read, so let's put it down here. I think that shelf is pretty much full as well. And then... okay, what else? This room has been unlocked. And there are new books in here. Excellent. 2 baronial and 2 Curia books. A very nice wall scroll. The foundation of the sun. Long ago in this country, one did not build a church without first sacrificing a white bull to the sun in rags. That's one of the hours. Solomon Husher brought this tapestry with him from, well, wherever it was that Solomon came from. And also there's a bed in here. Julian Coasley and Solomon Husher, both great sages of winter, slept in this bed, although not simultaneously. No one, the story runs, has ever managed a serene night's sleep in it since. Okay, I was thinking that it might be good to move myself into the actual house and out of this little bed I'm occupying in the Keeper's Lodge. But maybe we don't move into the nightmare bed. I'm definitely not moving myself into the infirmary. That's like asking to get stabbed by a ghost. So for now, let's... what was I going to focus on? Oh, right, we have a new lesson. Which means we can get a new skill. Sickle and Eclipse. Gold and Silver, Balance, Necessity and Rebuke. And this is an Edge 2, Moon 1. Okay. Edge 2 lets us bring him up to Edge 4, but I'm pretty sure we need 5 for whatever. Oh, and also it's not a soul aspect, so we can't use it like that anyway. Keep forgetting that. And it can go into Nyctodromy and Preservation, both of which we've already committed something to. So we'd need to tier up the skill, right? Yeah. Go in here. And we need to be tier 3 to go in here. So we're missing at the moment the boss, Birdsong, Oral Macistry, and Hushery at tier 1. So what would be associated with those? We've got skills from quite the diverse array of aspects so far. Well, we'll find out with time. So next up is probably this book. What moon do we have? We have Sickle and Eclipse gives us 1 moon. This gives us 1 moon for 2 total. This Memory of Fear is 1 edge and 2 scale. Let's see what we get tomorrow morning. In the meantime, overnight we'll put ourselves to work here. Make a little more money before the next day. I think the £1 note does mean we've got enough cash to last us a good while, but it never hurts to get a little extra. Okay, collect all that. What is today's weather? Sunny. 2 lantern, 2 sky. Okay. I think we've read all of the lantern books. Maybe some sky books. Winter, this is Edge. This Heart. How are we doing heart-wise? We've got 2 sets of core, which are 2 heart each. We've also got surgeries and examinations, which is another 2. So we might actually be able to make a good run at this. That's a 10, 8. Mastery scale. This we've read. That shouldn't be in here to begin with. Doesn't fit in there, so let's rearrange a bit. These books can go up here, and this one can go over here, and we put the red tag on there. I've also read this one. I can't believe I lost my organization so quickly. 6 mastery of 6 sky, and I have 1 in this skill, 2 in this skill, 1 in Fost. Okay. Before the memory runs out, let's see if we can't crack this one. Oh. And that leaves us 1 short. If we can put any item in here at all, then that will bring us over the cusp. What do you got for me? Yep, distant hands and soul. And we put the other Fost in here, and there we go. That makes 6. We're in. There is an extensive discussion of the comparisons between Elopali's own dreams and those of the Emperor Elagabalus, who Elopali regards as a dupe or avatar of the Sun in Rags. The white is west of the world, Elopali remarks, and winter does not wait forever. Elagabalus found his way to the White Door at last, thankfully. Speech can't pass the White Door, and honestly, Elagabalus never had anything very interesting to say. I tried to follow in his footsteps, but I never learnt enough of the White. I suppose I'm thankful for that too, but here's what I do know. And we get a Memory of Solace, which is Heart and Sky, and we get Lessons, Sights and Sensations. We move ever close. Which book was that just now? Oh, I don't... Well, it's gone. Lessons, Sight and Sensations. Burn this. What do we get out of it? I know what we're gonna get, but I mean, what do we get on the tree? To mix the rarest colors, a merciless detachment is required, and this is Hushery and Natodromy. Okay, Hushery we don't have anything. And this is a primary sky, secondary winter skill. Good. The end. The artist knows that every work could be improved. The artist understands. Perfect work can never be completed. Perfection exists only as absence. Hushery understands it. Right, let's assign it. We get another point of Whist. Is Lantern Wind. We do seem to be leaning pretty heavily into lantern-related things. We've got a lot of that to go around. Memory Solace gives 2 hearts, so we can hire someone and get them up to 6. Maybe more. Do I have any heart in my skills? Yeah, Core, of course, is also 2 hearts, so we can actually get up to 8. We even needed that much. Heart 5 for the Ruinous Hall. So let's grab some random person. And hopefully they've got the right skills. In the meantime, this is a Heart 8 challenge. Let's not do one hard thing while I'm trying to do another. Moon 4. Which card had the moon aspect? Chris has 1 moon. Unlikely to succeed, but let's give it a shot anyway, right? We get a little bit more moon from the Sickle and Eclipse skill. Nothing from the memory. Okay, we are at almost 3 hours, so I think I'm gonna look for a stopping point soon. This game definitely has that one more turn kind of vibe to it, where there's never really a good stopping point. There's always one more thing you can... You have Grail, Moth, and Rose, not what we're looking for. Hello, Zangief. I recently got this game and am about at the same place as you currently are. Is this your first time through? Yes, this is my first time playing. I've played a little bit of Cultist Simulator, the other game by Weather Factory, though I've never actually managed to win a run in this game. And this is my first playthrough of Book of Hours. Okay, where am I sending you? Rose? Can't unlock this stuff right. And with Rail. Okay. Expense and that. This one. Well, you can unlock that. Meanwhile, we want to... I can put another soul aspect in here, but I don't have any moon. Anything else I can give this? Nope, soul. Okay, so it will be down to chance. There's a memory, but those don't have any... The mysteries in this have defeated me. You do get a memory of fear, which is not relevant. Okay, so what's down here? Put some more shrubberies. We have hurricane lamp. Some skin shuck meat, which is scale aligned. Okay. Good luck, I'm not going to stick around just for the sake that there seem to be a lot of spoilers to discover in this game. Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely the kind of game I'd advise people to play themselves if they're going to. Yeah, it's a bit like Outer Wilds. Once you've been through it once and you know what's going on, there's not much replay value there really, besides just enjoying it again. I still felt I'd play it on stream, partially because I enjoyed it and partially because I know not everyone likes to play those types of games themselves. I didn't play Outer Wilds, I only watched a playthrough. But this one I'm enjoying enough to give it a shot myself. And now what am I up to next? Malady Despair. This is already half a hand trailed in the river of madness. Defeat when Edge is present can submerge Tristan in despair. Oh, okay, I'll need to fix that. In the meantime, do I want to take a run at this? How close can we get? Kill with heart, that gives us another 2. And then the memory brings us up to 6. If it lets me put a soul thing in, I can put another core and then we'll be good. Triss Despairing. I've placed too heavy strain on my soul. Okay, how do I fix this? I think that's at the bed, right? We can use something... Restore. I could cure this malady with bed rest, something suitable to drink, and enough of a relevant aspect. Like a malady card for detail. Yeah, snare to sicken my soul. Malady tainted. Can be exhausted. Serious consequences if I go untreated. I can be cured with bed rest, something suitable, perhaps effervescent to drink, and this much sky aspect to cheer the haunted soul. So it's up some glasses, so I want to go off. That's for people. Okay, sky. What's something with sky so I can go look through the house for it? Yeah. and I need a drink. There are some drinks scattered around, but are we lucky enough that any of them happen to be sky related? And 5, that's a lot. Not seeing anything. This might be where I need to use one of those catalogs I've got and order a drink for myself. Bit of a desk. Cater and hero with some ink. Okay, Evening Owl's coffee. Will it tell me what aspects that object has? No. Oh, that's not great. I can't go through this entire list hoping I just happen to order something that includes 5 levels of sky aspect. What is scintillate oil? Like a food? Either does umbrous oil. Ink order form thing. Workstation hints aspects most likely to. 70. Don't really want to spend money on complete unknowns, but it did say somewhere that if this goes untreated it could be very bad, right? There can be serious consequences if they go untreated. Heck. I can't just order a drink at the pub either. Good with bed rest, something suitable plus effervescent. Effervescent. I don't drink alcohol, which I assume we need here. I don't know what effervescent refers to when in regards to a drink. Oh dear. Well, you know what? Let's find out some consequences. I'm just going to ignore that until we find a suitable drink. And if it kills me beforehand, then oops. Okay, in the meantime, we've got a thing here, and we should earn a little money. Just in the background. Okay, night has fallen. We need to put 2 more heart into this. Ideally it asks for a soul, yep. We put in core, we requirement. Okay. Natan and his family sought sanctuary at Brankrug, but were confined to the Barber's Tower, as it was then known, by the suspicions of the monks, but won more freedom over time. Natan records his delight on the day he was finally permitted access to O'Brien's meadow. He speaks very carefully of a black bird he met in its branches, and the treasures of music and history that it brought him when he healed its wing. We get Memory of Impulse, which is 2 moth and 1 nectar. And lesson, herbs and infusions. There we go. New skills. Also collect them. Oh, we get 2 of them, even better. Yay for high level books. Pluck it, powder it, mix it, warm it, drink it, but not that one. Okay, now this again, but to the tune of that one Daft Punk song. This is preservation and the boss. Okay, so we can get something new out of this. Preservation, we're already 1 layer in. But the boss we haven't touched yet. I'd rather things in new branches than to use the lesson, level this up, and then get tier 2 in preservation. I want to see new things. In the inmost walled garden of the palace of the shadowless kings of Persia, there grew a yew tree older than any other. Its root was red, its flowers were black, its berries were white. The kings would leave their girl children overnight in the nest of its roots, in memory of the great mother of their line, and so their daughters were assured health, longevity, and wisdom. This is the source of all their science, and this is Boss. Sign it and get some Arab is excuse me. Arab is edge and 2. So we've got a fair bit of Grail at this point. What I really want is some Rose and some Forge, some Moon. Maybe also some Knock while we're at it. We're also lacking Winter, aren't we? Oh no, we've got Whist and good supply. We're good on Winter. Okay. The lesson... and a memory. Go. I like that when you complete reading a book and get a new skill, it kind of comes pre-packaged with all the things you need to upgrade it. Okay, so we're doing pretty good on all of the skills at the moment. We've read this book. Go in here. We have this 4 Moon book, which... Do you have any skills to read or not? Oh no, I think we're missing Moon. Have any Moon on anything anywhere? Winter? Oh, here we go. We have a tiny bit of Moon on Sickle and Eclipse. Yeah, we need a good deal more than that. Okay. Have to keep an eye out on the Moon weather. In the meantime... Yeah, actually, in the meantime, before I get pulled in again to continuing and doing the next and the next and the next thing, 3 hours is a good stopping point for today. I want to work up to getting my voice a little more used to talking for long periods at a time. And I don't want to overstrain myself today and then not be able to stream tomorrow. So let me call it here. This is a good amount of progress, I think. We've unlocked... Well, we've unlocked a whole staircase, couple levels up here and the rest of the garden down here, and we've made huge progress in regards to our skills. We're doing way better on this front. And I want to be looking to level up some of these. I think we've got enough red lantern books by now. We can level up oral contemplations and hieroglyphics. We do have 2 lessons. We should be able to get both of them. Oh no, we need lessons and then memories in one of each of the things, right? So we needed an edge book, get the associated memory, which I think we have now, yeah, with Exorcism for Girls. And we need a Forge book, which we don't have yet. We also have this whole lot of books over here that aren't even checked out yet, which I keep forgetting about. So lots and lots and lots and lots of things still to do for next time. Now let me have a look who I'm raiding. Looks like one of the VTubers I follow has just gone live a minute ago. Yeah. So I think I'll go ahead and raid. That is Index Page, who is playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Okay, let me start that. I hope everybody has enjoyed the stream. I've certainly enjoyed playing it. and I will see you again probably tomorrow, assuming my voice doesn't hurt too much, when I will be playing, I think, EU4, probably, continuing the gnome game and finishing that off. Until then, have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.